What was his quote again? That was the best he's played?
He's the best player ever in MLS.
I'm going to go with a yes. You know.
All right, well, I'm not a historian of Major League Soccer, but he is... Let's think about some of the stars. I mean, OK, Pelé and all that was long before, wasn't it? Beckham, no.
Did you just say Pelé?
Well, he was in America. Yeah, it was indoor, wasn't it?
It wasn't MLS, though, was it?
No, it was... so was Beckenbauer. I don't know.
Right, that was the NASL, the Cosmos. Right,
let's just go through a few names. David Villa was over. Yeah, not in that class.
No.
Beckham, not, worldwide name, not in that class.
Yep.
Giovinco, no, couldn't get a game.
No. Pirlo, Lampard, Gerrard.
Pirlo, Lampard, Gerrard.
Robbie Keane, no.
Yeah.
Great players, great players. This guy, he's been a talisman for years. He's still a super talent. It suits him playing here. He can bully them around. He's too clever for them. He's still physically strong. And there's an argument to say, yes, he is the best player that's ever been in MLS, and I think he knows that.
It's difficult to put an argument against it, isn't it?
It is. I mean, the only argument you can probably offer to that is that this is only a second season in Major League Soccer, and maybe you need to do it over a far more sustained period, as Robbie Keane did. Landon Donovan, who I think also deserves to be in that list and high up that list, but he has a far greater body of work. Then the other thing, when you take any of those players who make the short list, I don't think any of them, Joseph Martinez included, can make as easy a transition into one of the major European leagues. Zlatan still can. I think that is without question, and make a far bigger impact than anybody else will. So I'm in total agreement with the man himself.
Well, none of these players are in his class. I mean, he, what is he, 37?
Yes.
And he's had the cruciate and all the other injuries he's had in his career. And he's come over here, and he knows...
Could he still offer something in Europe when the season ends?
I suppose he could if you wanted somebody to come in and play 20, 25 games, and you're not going to hammer them to the ground with 40 to 50 games, and you manage the situation, then absolutely he probably could. I think the difference is a lot of these... If you imagine it, a lot of these guys that we've mentioned in training, players would look at them and say, oh, he can do something a bit different, but you just look at... He reminds me a little bit of Ruud Gullit when he came to Chelsea at the end of his career. He was 6'4", he had absolutely everything, and you just looked at him and thought, wow.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's just something extra there, and he's got that.
I think without question he can offer something in Europe. But the trouble with Zlatan is it's going to have to be a big club, and you wonder where that fit is. The only two clubs I can think of that he comes in and contributes significantly, Manchester United and Arsenal. Both those teams desperate need of leadership and of quality. And maybe, just maybe, that's where he fits in. Otherwise, I'm not sure there are too many other natural fits for him.
I misheard them, actually. I thought... That's why I asked you. I thought he said that was his best game in Major League Soccer, but I should have known better.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he's had plenty of...
That's far too easy.
Everyone's a great one for the big man.
Just to tie a bow on it, the NASL obviously was played outside.
Was it?
Yes.
Outside, inside, what do I care?
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN+.